Hey, what's up, everybody, man? So we back with another prediction video. This is week 3 now. And, the goal is the same, is to get every single pick right. We coming close, though, man. Let's do a brief recap of last week. Last week, we just went 12-4. We just went 12-4. Excuse me. Let's talk about the games that didn't go our way, those 4 games. Green Bay versus Atlanta. Green Bay should have won that game. They choked and lost at the end of regulation. The Chargers, they was winning by multiple possessions. They somehow found a way to lose like they always do. Then you got Detroit. They was winning against Seattle. They fumbled the ball. They ended up coming back. They went OT and lost in OT. Even though they got cheated at the end off that holding penalty. But they probably will still lose that game anyway. They shouldn't have been in that position. And then my Browns, they sold the bag as well, man. So all 4 games that I picked that didn't go our way, end up not going our way due to overtime or the end of regulation, man. Literally game-winning drives, bro. Like, you can't make it up. So I'm proud of myself for the picks. I think so far I'm doing a good job. 12 places out of 23 and 9. I mean, come on, man. I know there's other people out here that ain't got it like that. But hey, the goal is the same. Let's get into it. We got the Giants versus San Francisco. We seen the Giants for 2 weeks now. Let's just keep it honest. We seen the Giants for 2 weeks now. We seen enough to see that they ain't on shit, And Saquon about to miss some time. The Giants ain't on nothing, man. They got blown out the first game. Second game, they got blown out and came back and won. But that's only because they was playing the Cardinals. They cannot afford to go down against the San Francisco 49ers and come back. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You feel me? They don't get down like that, man. So they're going to come in. They're going to get Daniel Jones hell. And they're going to win that game easily. I'm going to roll with San Francisco. Next, we got the Titans versus my Browns. My Browns dropped a stinker yesterday, man. Defense played well, though. And I think the defense would be well enough to beat the Titans, considering the Titans ain't really about nothing. But the Pittsburgh Steelers ain't really about nothing either. You feel me? So it's really a toss-up. But I just know if we go out there and clean up everything, we go win this game. And I'm gonna be real, trying to put all biases. I can't put the bias aside of my Browns. It's rare you're gonna see me come on here and say, "Oh yeah, we gonna lose," because we really a good team for real. So we should beat the Titans. Next, I got Atlanta versus Detroit. Atlanta, man, they found a way to beat Green Bay last week. I'm not saying that Green Bay is just some superior team. But Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, they're 2-0. Are they 2-0? Atlanta might be 2-0. Who did they play first week? Damn, I forgot who they played. Oh, they played Carolina. Yeah, Atlanta is 2-0. They 2-0. But I don't care about all that, man. Atlanta's not a good team, bro. Like, they doing cool, though. They doing cool. But Detroit, I think Detroit can beat Atlanta. You've seen them beat the Chiefs. They almost beat the Seahawks. But the Seahawks really was a test to see what they really looking like, because the Seahawks not but they not good. They just that middle of the pack team that's going to give you a run for your money. And they gave Detroit that run for their money. I know they said Gardner Johnson probably about to have a season-ending injury. Montgomery's hurt, but it don't matter because they got Gibbs. Gibbs go turn up, So it really depends. They should win this game. There's no reason they should lose to Atlanta, so I'm going to roll with Detroit. Detroit is the better team, man. I like Atlanta. I like what they got going on. I like the piece they brought in, but I'm not sold on Atlanta yet. Next, we got the Saints versus Green Bay. The Saints have a lot of talent, but the Saints are not playing to their potential. The Saints can be so much better than they've been displaying. The Titans almost beat them. The Panthers gave them a run for their money. I understand the Panthers are a division rival, but come on, bro. You feel me? Green Bay, they should have Aaron Jones back this week. I don't know what the update is on Christian Watson, but Jordan Love looks good. I don't know if Jordan Love's ready for this defense, but Jordan Love looks good, So it's really a toss-up. I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay won this game. And my soul want to tell me to pick Green Bay. It tells me to pick Green Bay. But I just know the Saints should win this game. They should win this game. They got Jair Alexander over there. Jair should be able to at least guard Chris Olave to some degree. They got Mike Thomas over there. I don't know who they got for Mike Thomas, or they got a Stokes. Derek Carr at QB. Kamara's still out. I don't know what the update is on Williams since he hurt. Oh, man. I'm going to go with the underdog pick. I'm going to pick Green Bay. Even though they just let me down against Atlanta. Next, we got Denver versus Miami. Man, Denver sad. They was up 21 against the Commanders and blew the lead and lost. You know, like, what's up with Russell Wilson? Is Russell Wilson really that dude anymore or what, you know? It's really a question really needs to be asked these days. Like, Denver got all this talent and they just not performing, you know? They're not performing. It's sad to see. But Denver ain't got it. Denver is not a team to believe in these days, you know? They got to show something. They ain't showed nothing all year. I told people about Jerry Jeudy, though, man. Jerry Jeudy ain't about none. Jerry Jeudy ain't about none. He ain't did nothing all career, you know? I'm not a Jerry Jeudy fan, but besides that, we here for picks. I'm going to roll Miami, and Miami looks good. They look good week 1. They look good last week against their division rival. I'm rolling with Miami. They hot right now. Next, we got the battle of the choke artists, the fucking Minnesota Vikings and the fucking Chargers. The battle of the choke artists. The battle of the teams that's good but want to be shitty. It's hard to pick here. Because the Chargers is so nasty. They got the quarterback. They got the running back when he's healthy. They got the wideouts, bro. They have talent. They got defensive players. And they be playing good. And they just lose, you know? I've never seen anything like it besides my Browns, you know? They just lose. So, like, I'm tired of putting my faith in this team, and they letting me down. I told y'all last week I'm going to give them one more chance. I gave them that chance, and they blew it. With that being said, Minnesota, they 0-2, though. Minnesota ain't no better. Minnesota's just not any better, you know? They don't even got no running game. And really, honestly, now that I think about it, nigga, man, anybody watching this video could have got 50 yards on them last week. Swift ran for 190. 190. The backup ran for a decent amount, too. They ran all up that middle. They couldn't stop shit. So, really, honestly, I'm picking the Chargers strictly off of that. They don't even got to, you ain't got to do too much. Just get that ball off to Austin Eckler and Kelly. You going to win the game. It's that simple. That's how bad that Minnesota defense was as far as running. That's how bad it was, man. So, until they clean that up, I'm rocking with them Chargers. You feel me? Sad to say, but do I really got any better options? They both be on that weird, you know? Next, we got New England versus the Jets. I'm rolling with Mac Jones and them, man. I'm not picking the Jets to win no games until they get rid of Zach Wilson. I already got a Zach Wilson video up. Go check it out. I was talking about him. Zach Wilson is horrible. Zach Wilson ain't go get him the chance to win no games. He's the same quarterback he was since a rookie. No development. He still suck, and he's going to continue to suck. You feel me? He's literally the difference maker between this team being good or not. And, you know, the Jets know he can't play no ball. They know what's up. The Jets know he ain't got it. But it's just that there's not really too many options out there for them to really go out there and get, you know? So, going up against New England, too, though, I would be a fool to pick the Jets, you know? So, I'm about to rock out with New England simply because of Zach Wilson, you know? Next, we got Buffalo versus Washington. I like the effort I seen for Washington last week to come back and win. You know, I picked them to win. They were the heavy underdogs. I like what I seen for them to come back and win. Like, you got to have heart and real desire to come back and win. Down 21. So, kudos to the Commanders for that, man. But Buffalo, they was able to bounce back last week. They did what they needed to do against the Raiders. And I think they do the same thing against the Commanders. Like, the Commanders, they not no top-notch team or none. They talented. But Buffalo is just a good team. Like, I understand they had a weird week 1, but they're a good team, man. I'm going to rock out with them. Next, we got Houston versus Jacksonville. You know, I could easily go Houston just because I know some weird shit might happen, you know. But even though C.J. Stroud playing good, Tank Dell had a good game last week. Don't know what their defense looking like. But Jacksonville, I'm not saying Jacksonville just unbeatable, but Jacksonville is the better team. You know, they struggled last week against the Chiefs. They definitely did. But I'm going to rock out with Jacksonville, man. I think Trevor Lawrence and Etienne come in and get it done. That's just what I think. I think they come in and get it done. I think they handle business. Next, we got Baltimore versus Indianapolis. Indianapolis should be without Anthony Richardson this week. That's another reason for me not to pick them. You know, even though they played good last week, they only played Houston, you know. Baltimore, they have a good team. I don't know what the secondary going to be looking like this week, but it doesn't matter. They got Lamar Jackson. When you got Lamar Jackson, anything is possible. They got Mark Andrews. They're better than the Colts. They're the better team. They should win. I'm going to pick the Baltimore Ravens. Next, we got Carolina versus Seattle. I like Bryce Young so far. Bryce Young, even though, you know, they didn't win the game last night, Bryce Young looked good, you know. Every time I seen him on TV, when I was watching my Browns at the sports bar, he was looking decent. He was making some decent plays. Carolina's due for a win, but is it against Seattle? Is it against Seattle? Geno Smith playing good. Geno Smith should have been playing this his whole career. You know, he'll be highly paid and elite. They got the weapons over there in Seattle, man. Seattle's not no scrubs. I can't say Carolina's ready to play against this team, you know? So I'm going to pick Seattle to win. And this is without looking at any sports books, odds, and anything. This is straight off the dome, bro. Next, we got Chicago versus Kansas City. I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Chicago's not a good team. Justin Fields is not a good quarterback. Like, I don't care if he black, white, Asian, whatever. He's not good, bro. He's not a good quarterback, bro. All he does is run the ball. He misses wide open targets. I keep telling people he ain't none but a Tennessee Titans Marcus Mariota. That's it. He need to convert the running back. Straight up. Straight up, you need to convert the running back. And if running back ain't working, go ahead and start fielding punts, boy. You suck. You ain't about that. You ain't got it in you, man. So I'm rocking with Kansas City, hands down. Next, we got Dallas versus Arizona. Another one not to waste too much time on. You know, Dallas is showing that they got a good defense. Dallas is showing that they can play ball this year. Red zone offense got to improve, but when you're going against Arizona and Josh Dobbs, how much concerned do you really have to be? You know what I'm saying? Next, we got Pittsburgh versus Las Vegas. Raiders. If the Raiders come in and handle business and put enough defensive pressure on Kenny Pickett and those dudes, they should win the game. Kenny Pickett is not a good quarterback. I've seen it red-handed yesterday. He's not a good quarterback. He's going to make weird decisions. He's going to make bad throws. He's going to take those sacks if you're there. The Pittsburgh should be 0-2 right now. Like, they're not a good team. They're not a good team. They don't have a good signal caller. I know Vegas, they got Jimmy G. They got their own problems too, but they should win this game. I'm rolling with the Vegas Raiders. Next, we got Philly versus Tampa. I'm going to just be 100. Philly is not the same team as they was last year. You can see the coordinator change on both sides of the ball is impacting their team. They was good enough to be playing the Minnesota Vikings last week, you know. Otherwise, they probably lose that game if they're going up against a legitimate contender, you know. Tampa, they looking good under Baker Mayfield, surprisingly. You know, they 2-0. Baker had a great game last game. But if you've been here, if you've been around this channel, or you've just been watching these prediction videos in general, I say it every week. You'll get some good games out of Baker Mayfield. You'll get some good throws. You'll get some good moments. But Baker Mayfield cannot be trusted. Plain and simple. This is Baker Mayfield going up against a real opponent. We're going to see what Baker Mayfield really about. Not saying that he's not scared or anything like that, but Philly should win this game. They got to clean up the play calling a little bit, man, because I don't like their play calling. But I'm rolling with Philly, man. I'm going to give Philly they credit. And, yeah, they should beat Tampa. And last but not least, we got the Rams versus Cincinnati. I understand the Cincinnati Bengals been looking bad. You know, they've been looking bad. Jamar Chase ain't getting off. T. Higgins had a decent game last week, but Joe Burrow and them, they just not doing it, you know. They ain't like they got the defense to back them. They just not doing it. They 0-2. The Rams, on the other end, they're 1-1. They put up a decent fight, a good fight against the 49ers exactly, man. So you could easily go to underdog here. But I'm not going to really try to... I'm going to give the Bengals one more try to see what they're really about. Because it's very much possible that the Bengals just may be dropping off this year, you know. That first year was fluke anyway to making the Super Bowl. Last year they added talent. They followed up and made the playoff run. This might be the year that they just fall off the map, you know. We'll find out Monday night, though. So I'm going to roll with them just because they should win that game, you know. Picking the Rams is just not something I want to do, you know. So these the picks we got. I'm locking them in on FanDuel. I'm going to put at least $1 on here. And we're going to hope for the best, man. So, yeah, lock these picks in. Lock in whatever you want to lock in. Like I said, we on a good run right now. We on a 23-9 run for picks. So yeah, man, we decently credible, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I got more content coming soon.